Good morning.
Every time I do this to him, he says that. Go ahead.
Good morning.
You missed one.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Try it to me. Good morning. You don't have to be so hard.
You were hitting me incredibly
I know.
hard.
Well, you're a big guy. You're
Big
a
man.
strapping big guy. Hello.
What's going on, mate?
How are you? How are you doing
fantastic.
this morning?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Had a great night last night. A great day, actually.
It was a fantastic day. First of all, let me ask, in case you didn't know, Pete, this is Pete Klingen, our cruise director. My name's Dave Goss. Hi. Thank you for being here. In case you didn't know, Pete and his lovely wife, Jules. Jules is on this this cruise, and they brought their little baby daughter, Coco, or Colette. So if you see, she is the youngest cruiser on this.
She is.
On this particular cruise.
That's for sure.
And is she having a nice time?
A great time. She hasn't made it to too many shows yet, but it's a lot of it happens past her bedtime. So
not a huge fan, is she?
Oh no, she is. She's a big fan. She's a big dancer. Actually, loves to dance.
Will you take her to my show tonight hear a little bit of Honey Dip?
No, of course. No, she'll be there for sure. We've got like a neon headband and that sort of stuff, So you'll be able to pick her out. Yeah.
Because tonight is neon night. It's going to be a big.
That's right.
It's going to be like a high wattage evening. But the Klingen family particularly likes one of my songs called Honey Dipped. They only like the one.
No. We
Just
like
the one.
We like plenty. We like plenty of songs.
Really, it comes down to one.
But I'd say that's just my favourite. It's just my favourite song, and a lot of my family members happen to also love it.
It was your dad's favorite?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
He liked the good old Honey Dip.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He liked the funk, didn't he?
No, he did, but you know what he also liked a lot was You're at the Movie CD. He was such a great movie lover, So
Yeah.
I always remember, he always used to tell me about, he loved the music, but he loved the extra DVD as well, where you guys, were doing, you and the band were doing that. So he loved it all, but I'd probably say, like, you and Brian Simpson were probably his favourites, So Simo, yeah.
Brian Simpson. We got a lot of Brian Simpson fans on this ship this week too, and also, by the way, a lot of the artists, including Pete and his wife, but a lot of the artists have their wives this week with them. So it really is. It feels. We've always had that family feeling on our cruises, but this one really feels like this very tight knit, very homey, very supportive environment. Really, I'm having a great time on this cruise.
The energy has been incredible.
Yeah. So are you sleeping through the night even though Coco is Coco in the room or is she in your mom's room?
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. Yeah.
Pete's mom is on the cruise, so we want to say hi to Sue.
Yeah.
And Pete's
Jules,
Auntie Jules is here. So.
And then my wife's parents, Juliet's parents, Cookie and Tim are on as well. So the first night they slept in, Coco slept in my in-laws' room. Then last night in Mum's room. So it's been good. So I mean, I still haven't been getting any sleep.
So why?
Well, just because
Juliet's there.
No. Because our guests can party so hard. The energy's just great.
The first night was amazing, and then last night was great. But I should say that yesterday was such a beautiful day. Even with if you got caught in the rain, we got caught in the rain. It was so cool because it was scorchingly hot for the whole day, right? And then all of a sudden, this little rain front.
Yeah, it was great.
Right? And then we were all shivering like this, and then as quick as it came, it went, and it was beautiful and sunny there for the rest of the day.
But the incredible thing I love about Dubrovnik is that the shimmer off the actual ocean here, the shimmer of the sun is different than anywhere I've ever seen. I just love that, And yesterday, especially, the sun after the rain was just terrific.
Well, and Pete, in true Pete fashion, because I've seen him jump into the water. I mean, he jumped into. We were on a boat in the San Francisco Bay under the Golden Gate Bridge. Now that is frigid water, not like here. The Adriatic is pretty warm,
beautiful here.
But in San Francisco, and it was not in the summertime.
It was October.
Yeah, so it was like freezing. You could get hypothermia. And we were on the boat, and he said, "Mike, this is too good." It's a bad impersonation of Pete Klingen.
It was good.
Mike, I've got to do it. And he just took off all his clothes. Basically, he didn't have a bathing suit. Took off all his clothes. He left your skivvies on,
my
which
undies,
was kind.
Yeah, no, sure.
And out he went into the sea, and we were a little concerned.
Well, I don't know. It was just too good an opportunity, I think. I mean, how many people can say that they've got a photo swimming under the Golden Gate Bridge?
And live to tell about it.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But you did the same yesterday. We were having lunch in Dubrovnik at a little place just outside the walled city, and It was right there on the sea, and you could go walk down there and just jump in the ocean.
Yeah.
And after lunch, you did that. Which, by the way, I told you that it's, my mom, Jewish mother that she was, she said, you can't go swimming after you eat. And I said, you can't go swimming after you eat. And you didn't, you just completely ignored me and jumped right in the ocean.
Well, Aussies don't go for that. I mean, we spend most of our life in the salt water, so we just get in.
Thank God
Get
you
on with
lived.
it. Yeah.
Happy you left. And everybody else went into the ocean. I just put my feet in because I'm a Jew. It reminds me of when we used to go as a family to the beach. Like you grew up in the water, right?
Yeah.
And I grew up in Los Angeles, and my mom, we would go as a family, my brother and sister, my mom and dad would go to the beach, and anytime that my brother and sister and I would wade into the water, even when we were in our teens, my mom would stand at the edge and just scream at the top of her lungs, "You're out too far! Come back!" We were out like 6 feet, but she was a very nervous Nelly about the water, which means that I grew up with that kind of, I love the water, but I sort of like looking at it, right here.
Yeah, which is a great thing as well. It's very calming, that's for sure.
But we had a great day in Dubrovnik. Hopefully you had a great day as well. And also we walked through the city, saw a bunch of you enjoying yourselves. A bunch of people went on excursions and tours. And I talked to a number of couples that had taken the walk around the wall, and such a beautiful, picturesque place. Perfect first port.
Oh, just incredible. I just love it here. And I mean, the good news is today, which seems like we're almost pulling in here in a couple of hours, but today we're in another incredible place. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it just gets better and better.
And I'm going to say this a couple times so that make sure that you hear it. For the 4 people, actually, we're up to 4 people that watched this show. I met 2 people yesterday that said that they watched, adding to the 2 people that we started with, which are your relatives.
Right.
So now we're up to 4 people. So for the 4 people that watched this show, we want to say, first of all, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'd still do the show if we had no viewers. But the fact that we have 4 viewers is very meaningful.
Yeah, it makes it a bit easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, our budget didn't increase, though.
No, well, that's
Still have zero
a safe bet that's not going to increase through the cruise.
But 2 things about today. One is at 3 p.m. there's a big surprise. There's a nice surprise happening. Scott, it's at the town square, the clock tower?
Piazza of Arms, it's called.
Piazza of Arms?
Piazza of Arms, yeah. So it's a pretty general progression, folks. When you get off the tender today, you'll see a lot of people making their way into that area. And really there's only, one sort of standout clock tower in exactly where we're going to be in Kotor today. So if you can get there by 3 p.m, you're going to have a big surprise on your hands.
You know I love surprises.
I do.
There are 5 big surprises on this ship that weren't planned.
Right. No, that's right.
So this is another surprise that we're very excited about, excited to share with you. I don't want to give away too much, but, just come to the clock tower area, the Piazza of Arms,
yeah.
At 3 o'clock. And then when we leave Kotor around 5, right?
Yes, I think, 5 o'clock we depart Kotor today.
So this is... And some people are coming to the earlier show, I understand, but if you can, just be sure to be somewhere outside, if it's on your veranda or at the Seaview pool or wherever you are where you can actually watch the, what do you call it?
The sail away.
The sail away, thank you. I was looking for that word. It is so beautiful, it's so long, it's so serene, it is so quiet. I mean, there's not a sound to be heard, and it is absolutely, maybe except for Sydney, which I've not sailed out of, which you said is by far the best sail away
it's incredible.
in the world. But this, I think, is, that I've seen, it's the nicest sail away I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, the whole place itself, I think for sort of natural, pristine beauty, that this could be maybe the best port in the world of cruising, and I've, been to them all. Twice or more.
So Kotor, where we're going today, is what makes it that way?
For me, I mean, when you actually, we're tendering just off the shore today, so we're going to anchor, which is actually great because it actually gives you more of a view of Couture itself. And I mean, for me, you know, there's a bunch of times when you work on a ship where you actually can't go shoreside, you know, where you've got to stay on for safety reasons and that type of thing. And most of those days can be, you know, incredibly painful because you're in these great places where you want to go off and you can't do it. But I mean, honestly, with Couture, I think your day would be made if you were just standing on the deck of the Westerdam and looking at it. That's how beautiful this place is. I mean, the fact that we can go in and enjoy it for, you know, a bunch of hours today, I mean, it's the icing on the cake. But, I mean, once you're in there, it is just absolutely spectacular. I mean, as I said, natural, pristine beauty. It's, you know, it's unbeatable.
Now, what I love about this itinerary, and what really attracted me to this itinerary in the beginning, was the fact that these are ports of call that are not the regular ports of call on cruises. Now, Dubrovnik, the secret of Dubrovnik is out now amongst Americans. You see a lot of people coming to Dubrovnik because it's such a manageable place, and it's so cool and so old and so different from anything else that you've seen. And that's what the number one comment from cruisers yesterday was, wow, this is unique for us.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's also the kind of port that you can do in one day. You can really get off the ship and feel and experience it and get back on the ship in the same day and feel like you've seen the city.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's just so, it is so unique, you know, and to think that of those people living in that town, you know, so many, you know, hundreds of years ago.
Try thousands.
Thousands of years ago, yeah.
And, but KOTOR, which I feel is even more remote. Like most Americans don't know where Montenegro is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where Montenegro is.
I think
before,
Montenegro
it's
really, they're still, you know, the secret's almost out, but it's still got that element of secrecy of, you know, one of these incredible places. You know?
Undiscovered.
Yeah, exactly.
Untainted
yeah.
by tourists. Tourism from around the world. So anyway, we're going to a very special place today, and we hope you have a fantastic day. But before we get into what you can expect when you get back on the ship today after your day in KOTOR, we want to just say a big thank you to all the artists who entertained the you-know-what out of you last night, starting with our big headliners from the last night show in the main stage, and that is Rick Braun and Richard Elliott. These are two people that are just, as I mentioned yesterday on yesterday's show, that bond that can be made when a trumpet player and a tenor sax player make music together, and it's just all the molecules just go together perfectly, and then you hear this sound that's just so pleasing to the ear. Those guys have just got such great chemistry.
Oh, it was an incredible show. Yeah, fantastic. You know, I mean, after the first night, you think it just blew us away, you know, and you think, okay, what's next? And, you know, we're riding, you know, up the hill. It's great.
Rick, Richard, thank you guys so much for that incredible show. And again, Richard Elliott stopped the show when he played Europa. Gato Barbieri's Europa. And you talk about people, if you didn't see the show, I'm sorry, because that was a moment. And when you talk about people that could bring the spirit of Gato Barbieri and that song that everybody loves and still loves and will always love, there are very few people that can pull that off if you're not Gato Barbieri. And one guy who can is Richard Elliott. He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Power.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was an incredible show, and I just loved every second of it. I caught the first show and like half of the second before I had to run and do something. But
and Braun, excuse me, who killed it on our first night at the Great American Songbook. People have come up to me, so many people have come up to me and said, if that was the only show this whole week, I'd feel happy because there was like magic that happened.
It was
every time that he plays, Rick is just magic.
No, it is, and I mean that was almost like a mini all-star concert, you know, with everyone up there. It was just because I was sitting in the ocean bar, you know, just relaxing and having a drink, and I just listening to Rick, you know, announce everyone come up. Okay, there's Michael Lington. Now Dave's going to come up. Aubrey Logan was incredible on that.
She sure was.
Yeah.
Did you see all of the horn players get up there for A Train?
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
That was hot.
Great fun.
My favorite moment last night was, other than Rick and Richard's show, was the tribute to George Duke. Heartfelt, funky, and very well attended.
Oh yeah, that was a big night.
There's a lot of George Duke fans on this ship.
Yeah.
And we celebrated him in high style last night. That was an amazing night of entertainment. The musicality. with Paul Jackson Jr. and Patrice Rushen and Chris Walker doing the MDing. It was really a very, very special show. Jonathan Butler hosted that for us. It was awesome.
It was great fun. And a quick shout out as well to Justin Hopkins and Dylan Chambers, who became Hall & Oates last night.
They really did, didn't they?
That was incredible fun.
They really did, with the mustache.
Yeah.
Kept coming off.
No, I know. Yeah, it was a good time.
Very
and then
funny.
also the comedy genius of Ron Pearson. Ron made his first appearance for us last night on the cruise, and it was great. And Ron's got a couple of things happening today as well, so make sure you go and see Ron for a laugh.
A big thank you to Candy Dulfer for hosting our big Dubrovnik dance-off on the back of the ship.
That was packed.
As we left, that was very, very fun. And I love Santorini Soul on their costumes. You walked back there, you thought you were transported back to 1974. It was so cool. And Candy that's the music that Candy she's from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. And yet she's so rooted in American soul music. That's who she is. She's one funky chick.
Oh, incredible. Yeah.
She's rooted in it. Absolutely. Stop that.
So, Couture. Now, folks,
wait, don't we have anything else to talk about? Oh, I
think we've covered.
Oh, you know who Javier Colon. His Gravity
show, yeah.
Javier Colon has got some serious fans.
Oh, and so it should.
Ship.
Incredible.
Yeah. He's something special, that dude. Very, very, very special. Vincent Ingala was on yesterday, too, in the Sea View pool, doing a great show as we sailed into Dubrovnik. So much music happening around this ship, and I hope you're enjoying it all. And speaking of which, today, when we come back from Kotor, one more reminder, 3 o'clock at the Piazza of Arms, for a special surprise. If you're in Kotor this afternoon, be sure to stop by.
Absolutely.
Some fun. Somebody's going to do something interesting there.
And then when we do arrive in Kotor today, folks, we actually are tendering. So that means we're just sitting off the coast a little bit. And what's going to happen is we're going to take one of the smaller boats off the Westerdam across to the shore. So what you need to do is head to the Queen's Lounge, which is also called the BB King's Blues Club, when you are ready to go ashore tomorrow, and you'll receive a tender ticket there. And then you'll be escorted down to A deck to go shoreside. Now, when we do have the majority of people off the Westerdam, then we'll go to open tender, and you can just go down to A deck. So just make sure you listen to the announcements over the PA, and the Westerdam staff will make sure that we're ready to go and have some fun in Kotor.
And it's a short boat ride.
Oh, it's like 5 minutes. It's actually very nice because you get a bit of a different perspective of what you get from the decks or your balcony or something like that on the ship. So it's actually quite nice, to look at it with, the huge mountains in front of you. It's pretty special.
I always love the tender rides too, because it's a chance to meet people in a different environment.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Good conversations you got to be quick about it because it's only 5 minutes. When you come back on the ship this afternoon, loads, or as you might say, heaps.
That's right.
Of entertainment. It'll be enormous.
It'll be massive.
It'll be massive. Those are his two favorite words. Enormous. Say it.
Enormous. Well, that's enormous.
But you're not saying it like you normally say it.
Well, I think you've built it up a bit too much.
Say massive.
This is going to be massive.
That's almost it. William, can you say it? Massive. Massive.
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Thank you. William's our cameraman. He's our one fan. Of course, he's paid to be here. So,
not well
at all. As I told you, there's not a big budget for this. Our DJ Will Real Soul will be spinning the hits at the pool when you come back on 2 to 4 p.m. And then Ron Pearson will be doing a juggling class. Now, in addition to being a great comedian, he's as you said, world champion juggler.
That's official.
So he is going to teach you how to juggle in case you always wanted to learn. Maybe you're a juggler too, and you want to show him a thing or two. That's happening.
And there's going to be some prizes as well for the jugglers who participate.
Oh, fantastic. Seaview Pool. Pool, 4 to 4:30. And then at 4 o'clock, we have the walk-in candy store. Candy Dulfer will be taking you through some of her retail. In addition to being an amazing musician, singer, saxophone player, she also has a line of design that she and her business partner design a bunch of home goods and clothing, and it's sold in different parts of the world. And so she'll walk you through that. And she has this favorite drink, this martini drink, which she's going to make for everybody, or at least tell us how it's done. That's the Walk-In Candy Store in the Crow's Nest, 4 to 5 p.m. this afternoon.
And then out at the Seaview Pool, folks, following Ron Pearson is going to be our Global Beat Drum Circle. And every year this is such a fantastic event. We've done it, I think, since the 2011 Alaska cruise. It's going to be hosted by Sheila E. Today, I should say, this afternoon. And we have all of our drummers out there, and we encourage you to grab something to bang on as well.
That's right. Sheila E., as I've mentioned in our sail away, she came out of the womb banging on something. It's just, this woman she is so talented and such a love. I really, really, she's my sister, and I love her dearly. But man, when she gets something, those sticks in her hands, or congas are her main instrument. I didn't even know that until this cruise, because we mostly see her playing timbales, right? But congas were, if you asked her, what is your instrument? What do you play? She would say congas. So she'll be out there and encouraging you to get into that thing that can happen when a drum circle has its own rhythm and its own energy. People just lose themselves. And it's very meditative, and it's very, you can kind of like zone out and get into a groove, and especially with KOTOR in the background as we're getting ready to sail away, it's going to be absolutely spectacular. That's a good place to watch the sail away, at the Global Beat Drum Circle this afternoon.
And then in the Ocean Bar at 5 o'clock, we have number one hits with Justin Hopkins and Dylan Chambers, who were so great last night as Hall & Oates. And then if you are a little thirsty after your day in KOTOR, which is a fair chance I'm going to be.
I know you will be.
Enjoy a beer with Rick Braun in the Pinnacle Bar on deck number 2 from 5 p.m. And that is our Spargatini at Sea event today.
And we want to welcome Laurie Cisneros,
absolutely,
one of the owners of Spargatini in Seal Beach, California, one of our great partners. And we love Spargatini. If you haven't been to the restaurant, it's a fantastic fine dining restaurant, an amazing venue for live music, and I think every single artist on this ship has at one time played the Spargatini stage, and it's a very, very special place. So go visit the Hospitality of Spargatini at Sea, courtesy of Laurie Cisneros. That's happening pretty much every day at the Pinnacle Bar.
And then 2 events at 5:30. Firstly, Eric Mondragon in Billboard On Board, and he's going to be doing plenty of R&B hits for us, and also some dance hall favourites at the Seaview Pool with DJ Real Soul.
I'm very excited, by the way, because tonight on the main stage,
it's your night.
It's going down.
That's right. Well,
it's going down.
The lights are going up.
The lights are going up, and it's going down. It doesn't sound very hip when I say that. Right?
No.
I'm kind of like just a bozo when I say that kind of thing. But it is going down.
It is.
It's very, very exciting for me.
Oh, it's going to be huge.
I get my shot.
I'm excited. And, well, I'm sure you know, but I believe there could be a bit of a surprise in your show as well.
Well, I love surprises.
I do.
And yes, there will be a surprise towards the end. If you come to the show and we bore you to tears for the first half, you cannot leave.
Please.
You absolutely cannot leave, because you'll be happy to know what happens at the end. But I'm not going to tell you, because then it wouldn't be a surprise. So, but something very cool is happening at the end of my show tonight on the main stage. We have some wonderful guests. And Neon Night is a chance for us to all just have some fun and let our hair down and just really, really let loose. And we've got some fun things to pass out to you so that you feel part of the show from the very beginning. And I'm really, really excited.
Mate, so am I, yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be massive.
It's going to be massive?
It's going to be bigger than Ben-Hur. The old Ben-Hur.
Oh, okay.
Not the new one.
Not bigger than Ben Gay. That's a different thing.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Anyway, the 6:30 p.m. for our silver key card holders and 9:30 p.m. for our gold key card holders. And we're very much looking forward to the band and I and our special guests. We are very much looking forward to tonight. Neon Night and the main stage.
And 7:30 in the Ocean Bar, we have the guys of the UK Collective back, and they've been doing a great job this week.
Fantastic, guys. Love it. And they've really been enjoying themselves,
Yeah,
too.
well, I don't think, they would ever not enjoy themselves. They're pretty,
They're quite like you in that way,
They know
aren't
how to have a good time.
They do know how to have a good time. Chris Walker, The Great Ones is the name of his show tonight, 8:30 to 9:30, Billboard on Board. Chris Walker has really opened the eyes and ears of a lot of people on this cruise so far. He's a new artist for us. He's never been on our cruise, but being in Al Jarreau's band for the last 20 years, he's had pretty much a front seat to greatness. And he has been he's so assimilated all of that Al Jarreau greatness into what he does. He's a phenomenal singer. And he's had hits too.
Yeah,
20 years ago, before he had R&B hits, like 3 or 4 R&B hits. So he's got some fans already on this ship, and he's going to make more tonight for his solo show, Billboard on Board.
And 8:30 in the Ocean Bar, Aubrey Logan is back, but playing her trombone tonight, which I first got a taste of at the Great American Songbook, but I didn't really know that she did that, and so she comes up and sings a bit and then blasts out with that, and you think, what a talent.
She's an amazing talent. 8-octave range. 8-octave range. What's your range?
Well, we discussed it the other day, probably less than 1. If there anything is less than 1, that'd be me. I'd say.
It's like a 4-note range you have. It's either
I mean, that'd be
it's
generous.
either like enormous or enormous.
Yeah.
Or it's massive or massive. So that's really your range.
Right.
So it's up here.
Sure.
That's where you are right here.
I know, yeah. So it's not great, but look,
Don't look at me.
I'm improving.
I can't do any better than that either. But Aubrey Logan, it's immeasurable. And so she not only sings her you-know-what off, she plays her you-know-what off too. And when she picks up that trombone, it's such a great visual because she's kind of small and petite and adorable, and then she plays this instrument that is it's kind of one of those visuals that doesn't quite make sense, but then when you listen to it, it's like makes all the sense in the world. She's an unbelievable talent. So if you haven't seen her show yet, be sure to stop by. That's happening in the Ocean Bar tonight at 8:30. Me and my trombone, Aubrey Logan.
And then later tonight, DK After Dark, our theme night, of course. Neon Night continues, and the pool party is going to kick off up at the Lido Pool, so right in the midship there at 10 p.m, and that's with Santorini Soul and DJ Real Soul.
We've got a really cool guitar duo happening in Peter White's Pub tonight between Jay Gore and Vincent Ingala. Vincent is a phenomenal guitar talent as well as playing saxophone, drums, keyboards. He's a great singer too. The kid can do everything.
I know.
And so he's going to team up with Jay tonight in the Gallery Bar, which is it's sort of a room that's off to the side of the casino. And it's if you haven't seen that room, I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a beautiful room.
It's my favorite room on the ship.
And a great thing, it's such an intimate performance room as well. Yeah. You're right up close with the performer. It's great.
So Peter White's Pub is in the Gallery Bar tonight, and it is guitar night there. So be sure to check that one out.
And 10:30 p.m. in the Crow's Nest, we've got the guys of the LA Collective. And then at 11 in the Ocean Bar, we have the first of our 2 collaborations events tonight, and that is with Jonathan Butler and Nadira. And they're going to be doing some unplugged hits and another intimate performance.
Yeah, it's called Heartstrings, so it's going to pull on your heartstrings.
Hey, man.
She plays violin,
yeah,
and Jonathan, of course, will be playing guitar, maybe singing a little bit, and I think Nadira sings a little bit too. And it's a very special show. It's a very, very heartfelt show, and I missed it the last cruise, and I told Jonathan that I will not miss this show. Now my show ends at around 11:30, so I'm going to miss the first half, but I'm going to bolt from the main stage right to the Ocean Bar to catch the last half of Jonathan and Nadira. It's a fabulous show from what I hear.
And then at Billboard On Board, also at 11, we have guitarist Paul Jackson Jr. and our keyboardist Patrice Russian, who did a show on the first night together as well.
That was so
great.
packed.
Yeah, I know.
You walked into
in there like sardines. You know?
And you could, that like when it's very crowded and you can feel the heat from all the body heat. It was fantastic.
But I think
they were on fire too.
I think that I love that atmosphere, because everyone's in there together and you're all experiencing something so great.
And the Queen's Lounge or BB King's, great sounding room too.
For sure,
the music sounds really great there. So if you've not been around, be sure to check that out. Also, a real hot young gun on this cruise is Marcus Anderson. Marcus Anderson out of North Carolina. This kid he's just got it. He's got this amazing can-do attitude. He's up for anything.
Yeah.
That's what I love. And what's really interesting too is he's brand new to our cruise, and yet he just sort of like got it from the first day. He just understood and what it was all about.
Yeah, he was all in.
And he jumped in with both feet.
He was all in.
And he's a funky guy and an amazing saxophonist, great dancer. He's the total package. So he's doing his show called Limited Edition, which is the name of his most recent project, which just came out, with the LA Collective guys. That's happening in the Crow's Nest at 11:30 p.m.
And then if you are looking for a late night laugh, it is time to go to the main stage for Ron Pearson's big show. And as I said, last night Ron was great in the Queen's Lounge and had a lot of laughs. And we're looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight. And in the big room, he said that, wait for it, a surprise is coming. I mean, he loves surprises.
I love surprises.
So, he reckons he's got something really special for tonight after your show. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Maybe it's a neon juggling act or something.
It might be, yeah. But I think it actually could be even more impressive than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he going to juggle with chainsaws? Neon chainsaws.
I mean, we've been able to do a lot of things on this ship. I'm pretty sure that's not one of them.
Chainsaws not allowed on the West?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we'll leave those out for right now. And that is our day.
What about our buddy Cameron Smith hosting Casino Royale?
Oh, yeah,
late
Cam will
night
be in
tonight.
there, yeah.
Midnight tonight, if you're a gambler. By the way, I met a few gamblers on this ship earlier.
Go in there
yesterday.
and win some cash. Take down the house.
Take down Cameron while you're at it.
Make some friends, do some business.
That's a big day for day 3 aboard the Dave Koz cruise here in Kotor, Montenegro. We are going to Kotor, Montenegro. One more reminder about our big surprise, which happens at 3 o'clock at the Piazza of Arms, the Clock Tower Square. If you are able to, just gather there around 3 o'clock and we'll have some fun.
Okay, a little of tell us what you're celebrating. Firstly, it is Jesse Martinez celebrating retirement. That's a great one, Jesse, and all the best to you for your retirement. What a great place to start that here on the cruise.
Emmanuel Chevalier and Madeline Hillbrunner are celebrating their honeymoon this week. So we want to wish you all the best. We will not disturb you. Or we're not going to... Well, we won't go out of our way to disturb you. I mean... Don't tell us what room you're in, because I'll knock. And I don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy?
No, I want to let them have their time. They're on their honeymoon.
Well, I mean, they could...
But I kind of want to go and
they could come and see a show or two.
Let's not push it.
Okay.
We won't bother you. Congratulations.
Helen Jones is celebrating with Gloria Young, and this is a great one as well. Celebrating life and its many blessings. And how blessed are we this week
we are
to be doing what we're doing?
Thank you for bringing that up, and I wish you to bring that up every morning show we do. We feel, all of us artists and all of our crew and our staff, we consider this such a blessing to be able to be here with one purpose, and that is to show you a good time. Isn't that such a great thing to be able to do for a living?
It's such a unique opportunity, I think, It's because not many people get, as I say, the opportunity to just create fun and bring everyone together to have a great time. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
That's why I love Pete as my partner, not my partner, but as my partner.
It's good. I'm glad you keep reinforcing that. That's
because your wife makes me. I like Pete as my partner because he's always reminding me every single day of how lucky we are to do what we do. So thank you so much for being a part of that. Elisa Austin, talk about being lucky. She says, what are you celebrating? Final kid has left for college. Now it's adult time. Successfully raised productive kids in this crazy world.
What a great effort that is.
Way to go. Congratulations and happy celebration.
Kimberly and James Jackson are celebrating their 5th anniversary on the cruise.
We've got Linda Driffin and Carol Mims celebrating sisterhood. That's really, really great. Sisters in the house.
Roxanne Pettyway, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, Roxanne, is celebrating with Jonathan. And I believe it's Jonathan's birthday. Jonathan's Roxanne's son. So happy birthday to you, Jonathan. I hope you folks have a great week here on board our cruise.
Yes, thank you for coming. We've also got Reuben Lee is celebrating a birthday today in Kotor. Have a great day, Reuben.
And then also today it is Carol Morris's 65th birthday. So happy birthday to you, Carol. Have a fantastic day exploring everything in Kotor and all of the entertainment, of course, on board tonight.
Happy birthday. David Hankins is celebrating his 60th birthday. Way to go, David.
And we have Ruth Schnapka. I hope I've pronounced that correctly as well for you there, Ruth, celebrating her anniversary with Mr. Schnapka, I dare say.
Yes. And how would you say this last name?
Ruth Kurub?
Kurub? Kurub. The Kurubs are celebrating their anniversary today as well here in Kotor. Happy anniversary.
Wow, look at this. Vernon Williams celebrating his 40th anniversary
with Mrs. Williams, of course.
Yeah, 40.
So that's 40 years together. I met somebody on Autograph Day that's been married for 50 years.
Wow.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. And they look really, really young. These are not old people. They got married.
Seven.
Really,
Yeah,
something
seven,
like
right.
that. So we have this on one end, right? And then we have
Hilton
the Clarks. The Clarks are celebrating their 4-month anniversary.
Gee, what are they going to do for their 1 year if they're doing this for their 4 month? You know?
Well, maybe they'll come back next year.
Let's hope so, yeah.
Celebrate their 16 month.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. I hear a lot of people do go to Scandinavia and the Baltic for their 16-month anniversary.
It's a crystal anniversary.
It's the place.
And I'm going to save this glass for you.
Done.
Clarks.
These are yours for the Clarks.
Your pair of glasses. Whatever you choose today to do in Kotor, we wish you a wonderful, absolutely fantastic day. Look forward to welcoming you back on the Westerdam a little later this afternoon. A great night of entertainment and all over the ship. And again, I'm so excited to present to you our Neon Night show in the main stage and a whole bunch of other things going on as we just walked you through. So have a great day in Kotor. We'll see you back on the ship.
I'll see you at the clock tower, 3 p.m.